Hello and welcome to another video on Some Dutch Wargamer. My name is Ricardo and today I want to talk to you about Tournament Day. Today is Tournament Day and I will be attending the Dutch GT with two of the guys from our local gaming club. And yeah, like you know, I will be playing guard. The other guy will be playing Emperor's Children, and the other guy is going to play with Ultramarines, specifically the Primaris Marines mostly. And I really like what they did with the preparation for the tournament. When everybody had their list sent in, everybody was they had a summary and about who and what is going to be playing in the tournament. And the first summary we got was something like the regimental standard from the community. It was written that way, but it was a letter from the Inquisition. They sent us with every faction, how many chaos, how many Xenos, how many Imperium are going to be fighting. It was really fun. And after that, they gave us an update with all the army lists. They checked all the army lists and they already made a pairing, so we could start at the table whenever we're ready. Not whenever we're ready, but the first list I am going against is a list that is with Girlyman and some armor, a little bit of troop choices, Redemptive Dreadnought, mostly hard hitters. And I hope the tactics I thought of in front will work, because he does only have 3 troop choices and I have 5. So if I demolish his troop choices, he will not have OPSEC and the Redemptor Dreadnought and what's a new hover tank thing called? I don't know. Those are the things that are anti-infantry. So I hope to get that the big armor Primaris thingy into close combat with Celestine, and I hope to kill the Redemptor Dreadnought in my first turn. And after that, I think it will be a walk in the park. He is some hard hitters, but he does not really have that much Daka to shoot everything. I hope those tactics work. Maybe the game will play out differently. When the game is played, I will give an update and you guys will hear from me. So, the first day of the tournament is done. I had 3 battles, which were pretty good. I had fun. There were good players. The players were fun to play against. It was a good day. First battle, I played against Ultramarines. First guy I played against, he already taunted me a bit on Facebook. It was fun. And yeah, he had first turn, and I had second turn. And in the video I talked earlier about expendability prioritization, and that was what really worked out well with the tactics I had. I had Celestine that I put straight up into his units. He had 2 Razorbacks with less cannons and 1, the Primaris Space Marine or Primaris Marine tank hover thingy. I don't know the name, but whatever. And I put Celestine in close combat with those. So he had a lack of Daka to put into my tanks, my artillery, and that kind of stuff. Deployment was dawn of war, so everything was in range, especially my artillery and my tanks. So I could demolish a lot of his units that way. Next to that, I had Science. They also attracted attention. They attracted a lot. They showed some firepower. And they died pretty quick, and that's what they meant to do, what they were meant to do. It was a fun game. At the end, The score was 13-7 in favor for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed the game. It was fun guys to play against. Really good paint job. Just great. Second army I played against was Death Guard, and yeah, that guy also really fun guy to play against. The only thing I was astounded about is Death Guard without Mortarion, and even though he didn't have Mortarion, the list was built up really well. A lot of diversity in his list, and yeah, and a lot of skulls he had also, which really demolished some of my tanks. My one Wyvern, one tank. That thing is just really good. I had my deployment of the set up right, so he couldn't shoot at it. There was a lot of line of sight blocking. Also, in the first battle, I used the line of sight blocking for my artillery to not get shot at, and that's what in both battles helped me out. I used the tactics for counter deployment. What I talked about earlier in the expandability prioritization video. And that way I could deploy my tanks and my artillery the way I wanted. So I could keep them out of range for both players' firepower, and I could keep I could get my artillery within range and my tanks within range to have a lot of duck output. At the end, yeah, it was a really exciting battle. It was a bit 50-50. Turns out at the end it was also a 13-7 win. Last battle I played against a really well converted army. The army consisted of Genestealer Cult and Imperial Guard, and we had the deployment in which you deploy in the corners. He had 3 Basilisks, a Manticore, 3 Wyverns, all set up in the corner, and yeah, they demolished so much of my list. The only thing I did was I didn't put too much units to the front, so the Wyverns couldn't have the range to shoot at my army. Celestine also did her thing. She went up there, and the artillery of him just needed to move, so they had a lot less ballistic skill because he packed them up that close to each other. And 1 second, he packed them so close to each other. If he wanted to move one vehicle out of close combat, he needed to move all of his vehicles, all of his units, and that's what gave me upper hand in that turn, which was in turn 2. I put 2 basilisks there in close combat, so his duck output was less. All his artillery was hitting on a 5+ then. The only thing I was coping a bit with was 3 Molochs. They came out of the ground, and I didn't really have an answer instantly. I did have a good bubble wrap around my artillery, but my tanks were not protected. I had a lack of infantry to do that, and I moved my tanks up to have some shots in his artillery. But then again, I really like to play against this player, especially because he had a lot of great conversions. The conversions he had was, he had some chassis of artillery or chimeras, or I don't know what he used to convert them with, and he put large Tyranids on top of them, which he converted that way that they were the Basilisk and the Manticore, and was a really cool army to look at. I will put some photos also in this video, so you can get an overall look on what battles there were, what armies I played against. And next to that, the tournament is really well set up. It's really transparent on what your scoring is. The location is good, lunch is good, everything is really well arranged by the Generals of the West. I will put up a link for the Facebook page for Generals of the West. They have some videos of the tournament, so you can get an overall look also. It was a fun game. One thing I forgot to say, the third battle was the list of the guy I played against was a really well set up list. The only thing he didn't have is he didn't pull good cards for the Maelstrom mission. The missions are set up with Maelstrom and Eternal War missions combined together, and he didn't get his cards to score victory points, and that's why I won the game. Eventually, it was a 16-4 win for me, and I think if he did had good cards, he pulled good cards from his deck, that it will be a 50-50 at the end, because the battle was so well balanced. It was just fun to play. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys like the photos, and if you have some questions, some other things you want to ask, if you just liked it, put a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, also please say it in the comments so I can improve some stuff in my videos. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next time, and I will put up another video tomorrow at the end of the tournament. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, share, whatever, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.